Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs, and welcome to another installment of... Today I want to talk to you about the wonderfully shameful part of the internet. My topic for today is something that has become somewhat of a guilty pleasure of mine, in that it's so horrible that it's wonderful. Yes, my friends, I am talking to you about fanfiction. Fanfiction has become more mainstream lately. I'm sure some of you have heard of this book. Now, believe it or not, 50 Shades of Grey did indeed start as a, wait for it, Twilight fanfiction. So the next time you want to knock someone for writing a fanfiction and say that they're crazy or demented or lame, just remember that E.L. James is laughing all the way to the bank with her book and movie deal. So the next question is, how did I get sucked into the fanfiction universe? I'll tell you in one word. Tumblr. So I got a Tumblr a while ago and I started searching things, and one thing led to another, and here I was reading my first fan fiction, and it probably looked a little something like this. The following is a dramatic reenactment. Ugh. What? This is really weird. This is really weird. I can't do it. I can't. I'm just gonna read one sentence. One sentence. Okay. Oh. Okay. Well, maybe one paragraph. One paragraph. Oh, that was good. I think I liked it. I think I'm gonna read another one. So here I am, months and several fan fictions later, and I have read a little bit of everything from the normal to super creepy end of the spectrum, which leads me to my next segment. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a fanfiction masterpiece theater. For this evening's selections, we will be reading from the Fanfictions Classics, Volume the 7th, Flirty Flatmates. Quite. So, you might want to get real cozy, put on your favorite scarf and glasses, and perhaps indulge in adult beverage. Red wine. That's quite nice. My first selection from this volume will tell the harrowing tale of two young men named Daniel and Philip. It is called The Skinfic. There's barely any aftersun left. Phil desperately squeezes the tube, but only the merest dribble comes out. Oh, fuck, Phil hisses. He catches sight of his pink, scaly body in the mirror and sighs in frustration. You won't need any sun cream, Phil. Phil bitterly mocks Dan's voice just from yesterday. It's not even that sunny out. He slams the tube into the bin and waddles out of the bathroom, idly picking at a strip of white skin and peeling it away from his arm. He retreats to the bedroom and stands next to the bed, looking at sleeping Dan, with a cocktail of love and anger burning in his stomach. Fuck you. Dan stirs and sits up. What? Look at me. Dan's jaw drops open as his eyes flicker over Phil's sun-damaged and peeling form. Quite. I am in agony, you utter bastard. Dan just smirks and opens up the bed sheets. He's naked, like Phil, who miserably climbs back into bed and into Dan's arms. Look at me, he repeats. I am a monster, a scaly, peeling monster. He freezes as Dan's tongue grazes over his newly roughened cheek. I think you look fucking sexy. Quiet. Phil goes to pull away, but Dan tightens his grip. Their bodies collide as Dan grinds his soft skin into Phil's tender, rough form. Dan? Dan pecks at his lips, but diverts his attention to a strip of peeling skin from Phil's neck. Phil closes his eyes as Dan takes the end of it between his teeth. And pulls it away fluidly. Quite. Now that was quite a titillating selection, I am quite aware. But try to contain yourselves. We are only partway through the program. And now, for everyone's favorite segment of this show, Mpreg Corner. This week, going with the theme of flirty flatmates, I have chosen an Mpreg featuring Sherlock and John. John Locke, if you will. Toast to John Locke. Quite. John ripped the price tag off of the new sweater and slowly put it on. He turned to look at himself in the mirror and sighed. The sweater was a size bigger than what he normally wore and didn't quite fit. But looking good wasn't really the point. What is the point, John? The point was to hide things from the man whom nothing could be hidden. He slipped his hand under his shirt and touching the warm skin of his stomach that was stretching over just a barely visible bump. He hadn't realized the heat had not been over yet. Carelessness has a crude punishment. Isn't that a valuable life lesson? He glanced at the living room where Sherlock sat in his chair reading the day's paper. He had to tell him there was no way to hide it. And even if he could successfully hide his growing belly, he wouldn't be able to hide the child once it was born. Quiet. Sherlock? The dark-haired man responded, turning another page. I have to tell you something. That you're pregnant, correct? Ooh, quite. That was a quite exhilarating episode. Thank you for joining me. I am Sneedly Redwell, and this has been a fan fiction, a masterpiece theater. Quite. What did I just read? Fan fiction? You crazy. And that was just a small selection of some of the stuff that's out there. Trust me, I tried to shield you from some of the things that are almost scarring. I mean, you haven't heard of it yet? The milk fic? Oh, come on, who hasn't? It has literally ruined hundreds of lives, including mine. I'm really glad I'm lactose intolerant. So there you have it, my little video on fan fiction. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and click the subscribe button up there above me and you'll get alerted when I make a new video. If not, you're lovely and thanks for checking me out anyway. Keep reading fan fiction and stay classy, internet.